Hey, how's it going, guys? I'm Jose Daniel and welcome back to another video. Today I want to share with you what are the requirements for video editing. So I remember when I started making the videos and edit them, also working with photography, I start with my Sony Vaio. I was using Sony Vegas for video editing. At that moment it was really good, it was nice. But I remember then when I start improving my video process, I start using Premiere Pro. At the moment was okay, but after a while, when I start using color grading and some effects like transitions, like J-Cut and L-Cut, I start notice that my workflow was became really low. As too many times the Premiere Pro crash, some errors come. Also the graphic, it was really bad when I upload the video in Premiere Pro. It was a green screen, so it was like, what happened here? At that moment the computer was like 4 gigabytes RAM, processor i7, quad core, I don't remember the speed, and the graphic, I think it was 2 gigabytes, something like that. So I started doing my research and I was looking other people was using a MacBook Pro. So I was doing the research and I have a look for that one, and then I just save a little no, I save money to buy that one. As for loan for to be allowed to buy the computer, because you know how much is the MacBook Pro. So at that time was 2017. So I start doing the video editing around 6 years ago. So 2017 I bought my first MacBook Pro. That one is I'm using right now. I'm still using it. It's my current computer. It's amazing. It works really well. It works really nice, really fine. The screens, the color, and everything is really good. But now I'm start doing it more effects, visual effects, sound design, doing more videos, more time with spending on Premiere Pro. And the computer sometimes a little bit slow. This computer is 16 gigabytes RAM, DDR3, and the processor is i7, quad core as well, 2.9 gigahertz. The graphic is 4 gigabytes. But as we know, I was doing a research as well, because when you start doing it, the visual effects, color grading, ramping, speed ramp, masking, transitions, zoom in, zoom out, that kind of stuff. Also sound design, putting together too many clips and everything. Also the resolution of the video, the footage, if it's going to be 4K, HD, or 6K or 8K, it's going to be more work for the computer. I'm start doing some research for in Adobe Premiere Pro website, and I found that for Adobe Premiere Pro works more with the course. So we are going to have some recommendation for which one do you have to look for to build a computer. So first we need to know the processor. The processor is going to be really good and really helpful. We know for Adobe recommendation is Intel 6th generation or newer, or AMD equivalent. This is the minimum. So this is the minimum you need for the processor. But as we know, Premiere Pro use the core of the processor. It doesn't matter how much is the speed. When you are working or rendering the video, it's more important to have more cores, because you can have different tasks in each core and work really fast and work better, and it's going to be a better workflow. So that is for the processor. So it's better to have more cores than more speed for the processor. As you're looking for the processor, you're going to have a look for the model of the processor, the RAM, the speed and boost, and also the cache of the processor. The second thing we need to know is the memory RAM. So for the memory RAM, the minimum for Adobe recommendation is 16 gigabytes RAM for HD videos and 32 gigabytes RAM for 4K or higher resolution. So for the speed, the memory, we need to have a look for DDR4 is the fastest connection so far, and you need to have a look as well the capacity of the memory and the speed of the memory. Sometimes it's good to be high, like 3 or more. It doesn't matter if you go too high with the speed of the memory RAM, because you have to look the compatibility with the memory with the motherboard and the compatibility with the CPU. So it doesn't matter if you have too much speed of the memory RAM, but the processor is going to run at slower speed, or is not compatible with that speed. So you need to have a look at those ones first. So the third thing we need to have a look is the storage. So the recommendation is to have one driver for your applications and one driver for your data. So your data is going to be like footage, files, or anything else you're going to storage in that hard drive. We have 3 different hard drives. The hard drive is the traditional version. We have the SSD driver, and then we have the super fast NVMe M.2 SSD drive. So that one is the fastest technology so far, and it's good, really nice for that. So the next things we need to have a look is the graphic card. As we know, graphic card is really important, but Premiere Pro use more cores of the processor than the graphic card. But we need to know that some effects like color grading and other effects use the graphic card to process these effects. So the recommendation from Adobe is 2 GB of graphic card, the minimum. But for me, my recommendation will be like minimum 4 GB of graphic card. So as we go to Premiere Pro, if you see this symbol here, that symbol means that it's going to research for the graphic cards. The next thing we need to have a look is the power supply. We need to have a look all the components like graphic cards, motherboard, CPU, and the drivers and the fans of the computer, how much is going to be the consume from them. So we need to apply a little bit of mathematics over here and see what are the requirements for the power supply and look for the right one. The motherboard is really important, and there are different types. Will be depend if it's for Intel or is for AMD. So we need to know which processor we want and which processor we are going to get. So if you're going for Intel, choose a motherboard for Intel. See, if you're going for AMD, choose a motherboard for AMD. The next thing is like depending of the processor and the model of the processor, the connection for the processor in the motherboard is going to be different. The other characteristic of the motherboard is coming with up to 64, 128 and 256 GB RAM. They're coming with 4 slots or 8 slots, depending of what you want and how much memory RAM you want. The other thing you have to have a look is the compatibility with the M.2 SSD drive. So make sure your motherboard have this connection. And the last thing you need to know is the case. You need to choose the right one. You need to know if the ventilation is okay for the system. You don't want to overheat the system and make the computer crash and shut down and lose maybe a project, data, or anything else, or maybe damage any of the components. And the second thing you need to know is the dimension of the motherboard, the CPU cooler, the graphic card, the storage that you want to use, and the power supply, if it's going to be able to fit all your components inside of the case. So that's it for today, guys. I hope you like this video. Hit the like button, leave your comment below, let me know what you think of this video. I hope you like. Thank you for watching. Subscribe, keep tuned for the next one. I'm going to show you the unboxing of each component and explain to you a little bit more detail of each one of them and why I choose this one. So keep tuned. Thank you for watching and see you guys in the next video.